Good afternoon, loved ones. Good afternoon, TikTok family. Just left the doctor. I do have a sinus infection, so excuse the sniffles. I am so pissed. You know what really pisses me off? Now that fascism has landed on our doorstep, people are waking up. When we shouted from the rooftops that we were slaughtering innocent civilians in 4 different separate genocides, Sudan, Syria, Palestine, and Yemen. And of course, now we're bombing Lebanon, aren't we? Excuse me, I've turned the air on. I didn't like the noise, but it's summer here already in Florida. Okay. What really pisses me off is that we felt safe having a 2-party system that was bought by AIPAC, American Israel Political Action Committee. That's where our tax dollars are going, folks. That's why we're in such rough shape, and that's why we had a vacuum for fascism. Okay? Netanyahu is a psychopathic fascist. He is not honorable of being called a Jew. And honorable Jews will tell you that exactly. Yes, they're indoctrinated. We love to say that, Muslims are indoctrinated to be terrorists, don't we? It's savage what the IDF is doing to these beautiful Palestinian people. And those of us that did not stand up because they were others and believe that these conflicts have been going on forever, what does this have to do with the price of rice and beans in America? Everything. Everything. When you support a candidate that is bought by AIPAC, you are condoning genocide. And by ignoring that, whether you voted for Trump or you voted for Kamala, whatever the case is, they both are genocidal advocates. Of course, Trump is extremely inept, obviously a complete sociopath. But so many of our politicians have been bought by AIPAC. And that's why they did not stand up. And now here it has come home to roost, where we have had American civilians sent to El Salvador without verification and due process of their situation. Do you not understand when they lose due process, we're next. And if you feel insulated, oh wow, this is going to take care of all the rapists and gangsters and drug trafficking. When you feel insulated by these stereotypical behaviors, profiling, because you are white, Anglo-Saxon, nationalist Christian, do you not have anyone in your sphere that is multiracial, that belongs to the LGBTQ community? A young pregnant teenager, anyone that any of these horrific regulations could impact. A child with autism, you name it. There's so many things that are coming down the pipe. So if you refuse to stand up for those that are vulnerable, whether it's the Latin American community, the Black American community, the Native American community, they have gone on reservations arresting Native Americans. And we know that Native American youth are disappearing. Organ trafficking, sex trafficking, you name it, right? And all these children that were kept in cages, migrant children, and I'm assume still are, because they certainly were during the past administrations. Where have they gone? Have they been sent and sold to pedophiles? Have they been used for organ transplants? You name it. So it's ugly business, and I have seen so many horrendous videos of what has happened to these innocent children. And a lot of people say, well, return the hostages. Return the Palestinian hostages, thousands upon thousands. Oh, you start a war, now you get the results. Just as we may not be supporting our government now with all the barbaric things going on and the tariffs and everything, do you think the everyday Palestinian supports that? They have been under occupation, oppression, starvation, you name it. You think they just want to, they're like us. They just want to be okay and raise their family. And I said something to a friend of mine. I said, you know what? The Palestinian people are so beautifully made, physically, just gracious, hospitable, you name it, willing to learn other languages. They invited the Jews after World War II into their country. And look what happened. Does this remind you? Didn't we do this to another population when we invaded America? So, come on, let's learn something before we turn 300 years old. We're either going to be burned to the ground, or we're going to wake up and realize we're on the wrong side of history. Anyways, on all of those wonderful, a lot of people say, well, Mary, what can you do about it? Just live your life. I tell you what I can't do is go to bed at night and not do anything or say anything. That I cannot do. I don't know if it's in my DA. Blame my mama, my papa, my grandpa, who knows? This is the way I've been. I don't intend to change. Turning 70 this year, and I'll die this way, I'm sure. I've lost friends. I've lost family. Yeah. Okay, it's all right. You don't seem to care about losing me. So, all right. I love you all. And you know what? I harbor no grudge against anybody that I've lost whatsoever. I just set firm boundaries. That's all. That's a healthy thing to do, y'all. Try it. You'll like it.